It was supposed to create thousands of jobs and bring in billions of dollars to the Alberta government. And for some Indigenous leadership, a growing opportunity for their communities. Ron Quintal of the Fort McKay Métis says Teck's decision to kill the Frontier Mine project is a big setback to Indigenous communities that would benefit from it.
I didn't at all anticipate what was yet to come, and the fact that the federal government or the Teck was pulling the application with the federal government. So it was absolutely shock and awe.
The mine was to be built north of Fort McMurray. Teck made the announcement late Sunday, just days before the federal government was set to make its decision as to whether or not the massive $20 billion project will be approved. Teck wrote a letter to the Federal Minister of Environment and Climate Change outlining the reasons for the withdrawal, pointing out ongoing debates over climate policy. The letter stated global capital markets are changing rapidly, and investors and customers are increasingly looking for jurisdictions to have a framework in place that reconciles resource development and climate change in order to produce the cleanest possible products.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, it had the environmental oversight, environmental mitigation. They were very much so in line with climate change.
Shame on the Canadian government! Shame.
For some, this is a victory. The project sparked outrage across the country, thousands rallying against it to protect things like bison herds and woodland caribou in the region. Ariel Deranger of Indigenous Climate Action said she was in disbelief when she heard the news.
So compounding the climate crisis issues was really the point of this, and to us, not think that this is the only way forward for the province. It gives us a really good opportunity to have a broader conversation around, a just transition, not just for the country, but particularly for the region and for the communities.
But Alberta Premier Jason Kenney says the decision is a grave disappointment to Albertans, costing the province 7,000 jobs and $70 billion in revenues. Quintal says this is a step backward, not only for the Fort McKay Métis, but for the whole country.
In the evolution of the energy industry, never before have Indigenous people been given the opportunities to get involved in equity ownership and economic opportunities. Now that we're here, and you finally got proponents giving Indigenous people serious attention, to have a project being withdrawn like this takes us in the absolute wrong direction we need to go in.
Tamara Pimentel, APTN National News, Fairview.